That shit was in the reels.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinnage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip the
I'm sorry.
215 episodes, Nick.
I'm sorry.
215, and for 213 of them, you've had your volume on.
So let me ask you a question. How many times did you fuck up the episode name?
I never fucked up the episode name.
The number?
That's different.
Oh, that's different. How's it different? It's the same thing. We all make errors. We all make mistakes, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Here comes energy. Welcome to episode 215 of Psychotic and Iconic Policy, along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Let's do this. We got a shitload to go over, so I want to get right into it tonight. Before we get to our topics, I want to talk a little bit about fantasy. We lost in Jay's league by less than a point. I think it was 0.90.
We were down by 13. We needed Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson he finished with 12. So we lost by 0.92 overall. That kind of sucked.
So that sucked. We're both 0-1 in Mark's league.
Yeah.
I got the shit beat out of me for a change.
I hate that too, because that league, like, you want to start off 1-0. Like, that's the biggest week. Because like, I feel like it's such a mountain. Like, I hate it. Because like the week 2 is like a must win, it feels like.
Yeah.
And like the way the schedule plays out, like you play some good teams in the beginning. Like I am. Like I play Broads, play Spanos. Like those are 2 well-prepared teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
I got Ant this week, so I'll collect him. And then so I'll collect him real fast, and then we'll move on with it. We'll be 1-1 hopefully, and hopefully get on a roll. But who's your biggest disappointment in fantasy this week? Not on your team, just overall. Who do you think was the biggest disappointment?
Oh wow. Well, on top of my head, I'm on Ra. I mean, that's 3 catches for 13 yards. I mean, you're paying a first round price for him. You're expecting at least 60 yards and a touchdown on week 1.
Yeah.
At least. You know what I mean? And he's better than that. So I think he was a really big disappointment. And especially in the moment, too. Like, I felt like that was a game where there was going to be a lot of points scored.
Yep.
And I felt like he was going to have a bunch of targets and he was going to be explosive. And he was everything but that.
And the craziest thing is the Rams defense isn't good.
Yeah. So,
well, they're back half of the
Who was yours?
Amon-Ra was up there. I don't have him, though. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. And it was just because he was non-existent.
Yeah.
Non-existent. I mean, it was crazy. I was checking Twitter to see if he was playing. I thought he got injured at one point because he just wasn't getting the ball. But I don't expect that to continue all season. No. I hope it doesn't continue all season, obviously. Otherwise, I'm in a world of trouble. But yeah, that's really it. It's week 1.
Yeah, it's week 1. Yeah, you just got to evaluate the field and see what's going on. That's all.
All right, let's roll. Ravens fall short of the Chiefs in the season opener by a toe. Xavier Worthy had 2 touchdowns. Looked explosive. Looked like Deshaun Jackson Jr. You think there's going to be an AFC title game rematch?
Look, after what I saw this week, I think these are probably the 2 best teams in the AFC, in my opinion.
Hard to go against.
I mean, look, I feel like we should see an AFC title game rematch. The way if it plays out that way, depending on the seeding. But to be honest with you, man, I'm so disappointed in the Ravens. Like, I got to be real. Like, this was the game where they should have came out swinging. This is the game where they were prepping all offseason for. You just lost to them. You know, you wanted to get your lick back, and then you finally fall short. I don't think the Ravens are ever going to beat the Chiefs. I just don't think the Ravens have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. And I say that because, like, I'm worried about Lamar's down the field throws. You got to have big explosive plays to beat the Chiefs. It's just the bottom line. When the Eagles played them in the Super Bowl, the Eagles should have won that game. But the Eagles went toe-to-toe with Mahomes. And the reason why is because they had big explosive plays. We were going toe-to-toe with them.
We said it, was it last year or 2 years ago, that Jaguars game when what's his face dropped that ball, that deep ball. And we were watching it, and I said, yo, in order to beat the Chiefs, those are the plays you have to make.
Absolutely.
And you damn near, it's not even so much that you have to be perfect. You just have to make that play, not like that actual play, but like that play of the game, that one
in
play.
a big moment, absolutely.
Yeah,
but like I was just so disappointed in it. I mean, I don't know. I was disappointing in Derrick Henry's usage. I mean, in the first quarter, he looked great. He scored a touchdown, and then all of a sudden he went ghost. And I don't understand that.
Well, they said after they're not going to give him 30 carries a game or 30 touches a game.
Right.
And Justice Hill looked all right. So like, even for fantasy purposes, and I like Derrick Henry this year. I wanted him, but I didn't get him in any of my leagues. But like, that's concerning.
Yeah. I mean, look, with that being said, they were literally a toe away from tying the game, potentially, if they kick the extra point or they go for it and they win the game. Who knows? So there's no reason to panic for the Ravens. Absolutely not. I think this team is built to go into January and let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they had, plays to make. I mean, Lamar, you missed a wide open Zay Flowers. You're a 2-time MVP. You can't let that happen. The game's on the line. I don't give a fuck.
That was bad.
You got to make that play. You're a 2-time MVP. He's wide open. But you got to make that play.
You know what that is, though, truthfully?
What?
I'm being serious. Preseason. It's reps.
I mean, yes,
it's reps.
I get it, but there's some plays where I'm like, oh, wow. Like, he didn't need preseason for that.
Yeah.
So it's
it's mostly running.
I mean, yeah. So it goes hand in hand, right? But there were some plays where Lamar was throwing the ball pretty well. And I'm like, wow, okay. But down the field, he's just so inaccurate. They just don't have anything going. And you're not going to beat the Chiefs that way. And that's kind of how I saw the game. Like, honestly.
What did you think? Because for me, I thought Lamar played great.
Yeah.
It sucked with the Zay Flowers touchdown because it was like there wasn't even a D-back like within 5-6 yards of him. And it was one of those plays, and that's what I'm talking about. Those plays, you got to make them. And look, mistakes do happen. I get it, but they can't when you're going up against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes
on the road.
You have to do.
You're on the road too. You got to make plays.
And so when I saw that, it's like, should we expect an AFC title game rematch? I mean, maybe. I don't know though. Like, it was a weird game. Mark Andrews wasn't involved. Isaiah Likely went crazy. Justice Hill, I thought, played great.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, like it's hard because Zay Flowers gets a ton of catches, but no yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like that short underneath shit, I get it, but that short underneath is supposed to open the deep ball, but the Ravens don't have it. And it part of it is Lamar. I would say maybe 30% of it. The other part of it is you don't have a wide receiver that's good enough to do that.
Mike, these throws
maybe
aren't
Zay,
close, bro. These throws aren't close.
Yeah, but you can't do it.
They're out of bounds. They're not even like in the receiver's vicinity.
But do you think that there's a receiver on the Ravens that can go up and get it? I don't.
Bateman did. He did on that one play. That was a hell of a catch.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying I'm talking about right now. I'm saying
consistently, no, but he has the capabilities of going up and get it. Just throw the ball in this fucking vicinity. Don't throw it out of bounds.
What do you think about the other side though? Because I thought Xavier Worthy looked awesome.
He's the Chiefs are loaded. The Chiefs are absolutely loaded. This might be Mahomes' best team.
I know.
And that's scary to say because he had Tyreek in his prime. He had Kelsey in his prime.
But he didn't have the defense to go with it. And now he's got a serious defense.
But he's also got a running game, too.
I was just going to say that. Awesome. He's got a good running game and his wide receivers. It's the perfect combination of speed and shiftiness. Mm-hmm. And then you have Rice. Rice looked excellent.
Oh, my God.
Rice looked like a legit, he looked like a B-level one option.
You know who he reminds me of? Like, seriously? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like and early on, like that's how they run the same routes.
Yeah,
they're doing the same thing. They're getting the mismatches on the linebacker. It's all day.
Yep.
It's so easy to.
I know, and the way that Andy Reid designs plays, like he can just that's what he does.
If Mahomes puts it in stride, you saw the result. He's going to run for 20 yards. Yep. He's fucking fast as shit.
I know he is fast.
So yeah, if he puts it on the money, that's the result. I think he's going to be the next Amon-Ra St. Brown, especially in fantasy and especially in the season. I think he's awesome. I think Rice is really good.
I know. So I think Rice is he's underrated at this point.
I had him last year, and I thought he was good, but like this year, you could tell
it's just different.
The elevation. Like he got better. He got faster. He's more decisive. Like he looks more confident. Like he's just going and getting the ball. Yeah. Like I think he's a really good. He's a good fucking receiver, man.
I know. I'm telling you, when I was watching him, I'm like, man,
they didn't even have Hollywood Brown, bro.
I know.
Like that's another explosive player, a deep threat.
Yeah.
Now you got Worthy doing these gadget plays, and it's unguardable. It really is. It's going to be tough to stop. And then you got Travis Kelce, who we didn't even really talk about.
He's unreliable.
But yeah, exactly.
He's Gronk.
He's the third down guy.
Yeah.
Move the chains. That's it.
Move the chains. You know you can go to him to get a catch.
Correct.
Let's go to the Eagles. They start the season 1-0. They beat the Packers in Brazil 34-29. Saquon Barkley went crazy. 3 touchdowns, called that. What do you think about this? Like, do you think this is a sign of things to come for the Eagles? Do you think they're going to play through Saquon? Because we both said a heavy dose of Saquon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it should be. I think he should be the focal point of the offense of the entire year. I got to be honest. Like, overall, Hurts' performance wasn't terrible, but like one thing, I just can't name one thing he improved on. And I hate to say that because I love Hurts.
Yeah.
But when I watched him, he looked the same as he did last year. There was no improvement.
It's concerning because it's like picks aside, but he was making bad decisions. And that's what we used to praise him for, was that he took care of the football.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Now, look, he was trying things. Maybe he was excited, whatever. But you can't turn the ball over like that. I thought he played good, not great. He was good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like the offense needs to be ran through Saquon. One thing I was impressed with, you already saw the difference between Kellen Moore and Brian Johnson. Mm-hmm. You already saw that. The game is better. Devontae Smith was awesome. Like that, you've already seen that. Jordan Love tore his MCL up, which sucked. I know, like they were giving Jalen Carter death threats, which I thought was ridiculous.
That's insane.
But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that's stupid. He didn't do it on purpose.
No, I'm with you. But like, yeah, let's go back to Hurts though. Like, were you encouraged by his performance? Were you happy with it? Like, I want to know your feelings on it because like I have my feelings towards it, but I want to hear. Yeah, I just wanted to see what you have to say for it. I feel like Hurts is a quarterback that everybody tells me is ass, but his bar is set high for somebody that's ass, and I don't understand that. Because if he's ass, it's like, all right, well, he's ass. Well, I have a high bar for him.
But so do I. Yeah. But my thing is because I've seen him play at that. But people are going to have good games, great games, okay games, bad games. How come when he was 9-1 last year, nobody said that he was great? But this year he's 1-0, or he goes on a losing streak like he did last year, and everybody could say he sucks. Like last year, yeah, he was bad. But again, I told you, the offense was ass.
Yeah.
He's going to improve. It was like those are poor decisions.
It was really bad decisions, though, because you got to think about the situational awareness of the game. Like, you're up by 5, you're in the red zone, and you're throwing across your body into the end zone with 3 Packers there. And it's like, bro, like, you don't do that. You don't throw across your body in the middle of the field. Not on 3rd down when you got points on the board, guaranteed. We have a great kicker. You know he's going to knock it through. You're up by 8. You're up by a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Those plays cannot happen. And if you do that against really good teams and big moments in playoff games, you're going to lose those games.
That is going to happen.
Because that's momentum swing.
That's going to happen, though. Tom Brady has done it. Josh Allen's done it. Patrick Mahomes has done it. Lamar's done it.
I know, but I trust those quarterbacks to come through when it matters most. We like Hurts, to me, that's concerning, Mike.
Well, I just named 5 quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts is with Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes is the only one with a Super Bowl berth.
I know, but who else did you name?
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, great players that haven't been to the Super Bowl.
But at the same time, but what are you comparing? I'm so confused. What do you mean by that? Like, what are you comparing those quarterbacks?
Well, I'm saying that everybody's getting on Hurts because he made a bad decision.
That wasn't the only bad decision, though, Mike. What I'm saying is I haven't seen improvement from Hurts.
It's one game.
I know that. I know it's one game. But my thing is that in Kellen Moore's offense, it seems to me these wide receivers are getting open quick. You got to make the fucking read quick. And he didn't do that. He was holding on to the ball too long.
But he's learning a new offense.
Throw the ball
too.
away, man. But you learned that from last year.
No, you don't. It's a new offensive coordinator.
I know, but throw the ball away. That you don't have to learn that from last year from a new coordinator to throw the ball away.
I get that. I'm just saying. It's one game and everybody's acting like he had two interceptions.
I'm just saying his performance wasn't terrible. I'm just saying I can't name one thing he improved on based on one game. I can't name.
So did Lamar improve?
Lamar's the same. He's the same quarterback.
Joe Burrow, I can't use him. Did Josh Allen improve?
He looked the same to me.
He looked the same, exactly.
Looked the same to me.
So, but Josh Allen fumbled. Lamar Jackson missed a wide open receiver. So they're doing the same thing. So where's the improvement?
But they're legitimately superstars. They make big plays. They make like holy shit plays. That's what they do. They elevate their team. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. That's not even discussion. What I'm saying is I'm concerned as an Eagles fan that he didn't progress from last year. And that's a fucking fair take.
I mean,
It's
I
one
just,
game,
it's
and
one
I
game.
get that. I understand
That's what
that.
I'm saying. Like,
I understand that.
Here's my thing. Everybody says it. You have said it too. I would take Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts. Well, Dak does the same. He hasn't done anything in 8 years.
But Dak's a better passer.
But I don't give a fuck.
But Dak would work better in our offense than Jalen Hurts would.
We don't know that yet.
Oh my God.
We're going to be able to compare that.
Well, sure.
You're going to be able to compare that. It's the same offensive coordinator. And I'm not saying I think Dak's a better thrower of the ball than Jalen too. He has more arm talent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's like the overload on Jalen. It's one game and he won the game and he made the plays when it needed to happen.
I know, but the microscope is on Jalen.
It is.
Why is it on Jalen? Because they have fucking weapons. They got Brown, Smith. They got Barkley, Goddard. They're fucking loaded.
But turnovers are going to happen.
And
it was a bad decision and a bad throw. But my thing is like, when the game mattered and you needed to get the ball there, he did it.
But the spotlight is on him is because of that reason. It's because the high expectations. You have a loaded team.
Exactly.
You're expected to go out there and dominate.
I'm not. And
they should have. They should have actually closed the door on the fucking Packers. They gave him life in that game.
I don't even want the Eagles to dominate right now because I don't want them to get hot too early.
No, and I agree with that. But at the same time, you want them to win in a convincing fashion, no? I mean, I would feel better about the win. Absolutely. We saw the Eagles last year in close games.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what happened? They collapsed.
That was after 10. But in the beginning, they were hanging on. I am impressed with their defense. Their defense was better.
Their defense, if they can tighten up some things on the back end of that defense and eliminate the big explosive plays, that defense is going to be really good.
They can get after the quarterback.
They could stop the run. Yeah. They stopped Josh Jacobs really, really well early on in that football game, like straight up. Like I was really impressed with the Eagles' run defense.
I know Jalen Carter looked awesome.
I love the Eagles' pressure. I thought the Eagles were getting after Jordan Love. They made him make some mistakes.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was feeling the heat.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, not going back to that, Jordan Love became the highest paid player. He looked average. He didn't do anything to wow us until he got hurt. So that's what I'm talking about.
Who's that?
Jordan Reed. Jesus Christ.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
I thought he looked pretty good, but
I mean, he was all right.
He was okay. I thought he had an okay game.
That's what I'm talking about. But
no, I know.
Nobody's talking about what Jordan Love needs to improve on.
I'll tell you what I saw on Jordan Love. I saw his ceiling. There was a couple of plays where I'm like, that was the guy we saw last year when he was on 3rd and 10 for a 70-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Reed.
So you think you saw his ceiling, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, I think I did. And it's pretty good.
You want to know the ceiling I know of Jalen Hurts? I know Jalen Hurts can lead a team to a Super Bowl. I don't know that Jordan Love can do that. I don't know that Dak Prescott can do that.
It's
I don't know that Lamar can do that. I don't know Josh Allen can do that.
No, but
I don't know Justin Herbert can do that.
But in some of those quarterbacks, into their defense, it's short history. They've only been in the league for a couple of years or starting for a couple
The only
years.
one is Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Jordan
saying.
Love's the only one that gets a pass on that.
That's what we were talking about.
I know that, but I'm saying is that I already know I know Jalen Hurts can get to a Super Bowl, and I know that he can play well in that big moment.
I agree with you.
All those other quarterbacks, I don't know yet.
I don't disagree.
So my thing is don't make the bar for Jalen up here and then make the other ones down here. Jalen Hurts has improved every single year.
Well, no, the bar is up here because of what you just said.
Because
he went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So you can't blame the bar. The bar is the bar because he said it.
But you can't for one game also, I didn't see any improvements.
I didn't.
But I know you did.
I didn't see precision passing. I didn't see crisp throws. I didn't see any of that. I just didn't. He's holding the ball too long. He's throwing the ball out. Come on. You know that.
Okay. No, I don't. I think it's fucking ridiculous what's going on with the discourse around Jalen Hurts. I'm saying it's getting so overblown.
You're saying that I think he played terrible.
No.
I didn't say that. I said he didn't play a bad game. I just think he needs to clean up some mistakes. I didn't see any improvement from last year.
You didn't see any improvement.
That's all.
But last year,
did you?
Last year, do they win or lose that game?
I don't know.
Oh, stop it. After week 10, do they play
from week 1 to week 10?
I said after week 10. After week 10, that game they played last week.
No, they don't win that game.
So you saw improvement.
What do you mean? They have a different team, cuz. They have a different running back who got 3 touchdowns.
Did he look sharper on Friday in Brazil than he did in any of the games to end the season last year?
Yeah, definitely.
So you saw improvement.
I like the offense a little bit better. I'm
talking
about his passing performance. I'm talking about putting the fucking ball in decisive moments and crisp. Like I'm talking fast, like being decisive. I didn't see that.
Okay,
he's holding the ball too long.
I'm not. I'm not disputing.
But that's the point when I'm making.
But he's
not being decisive.
He will get there. It's a new offense.
And you got to get the ball into our playmakers' hands. You saw what they could do. You saw the AJ Brown take it to the crib. You saw Devontae Smith going for extra yards. That's what they could do. Get the ball in their hands.
I don't know. That dime to Saquon Barkley for the first touchdown of the year was beautiful.
I don't disagree.
I was told he can't throw though. Not by you. I was just told that Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball. He has no arm talent. That's what I hear a lot. So I'm just trying to figure out the.
That was a great pass. Absolutely.
I thought he couldn't do it.
From who?
A lot of people.
Name names.
A lot of people.
Drop.
All right, let's go to the Lions. Lions beat the Rams in OT 26-20. This game was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
Puka's on the IR.
Yeah. We had to say last pod.
It's gonna be a problem.
We say this.
It's gonna be a problem.
They worry me, man. They're just injured.
They can't.
They're two offensive lines.
I was just going to say that. I mean, they got two guards out. They're probably maybe their best receiver. I mean, I would probably still give the lead to Cup.
I mean, dude, he had 21 targets, so it was insane.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I can't. I don't know how many Puka would have got if Cooper was there. I don't know.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But it sucks. It sucks for them because I feel like there's already a damper on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. 49ers beat the Jets 32-19. What do you think about this game? Because I can't.
I told you about that, man. Stop playing with me, bro. They were going to get spanked, bro.
They had that one drive where I'm like, this is the team I expected.
You know
I'm like, here we go.
I was waiting for you to text me, jet up. But you didn't. You held your tongue because you knew. Because you knew what was coming.
You know what it was? I was worried because I was back in the fantasy game. So I wasn't playing games. I wasn't involved in that. I was focused on Garrett Wilson. And after the first drive, I'm like, oh, I got his ass.
That's fair.
And then after that, I don't know what happened. But they looked terrible. Breece Hall fumbled. Aaron Rodgers looked rusty. He still threw a few dimes. I was just like, all right, he could still do it. I don't know, though, how like with the Jets, I don't know. Because the thing that concerns me is like Robert Saleh, you're a defensive head coach. The Jets lost that game because of their defense. The defense got the shit kicked out of them.
So let me ask you a question. Were you encouraged or discouraged by the Jets?
Neutral.
I
wasn't encouraged and I wasn't discouraged.
Really?
Yeah, because again, it's like nobody played preseason. I know what the Jets defense can be. It's a hard matchup with the Niners. They've been together for a while. So, I mean, if you're going to ask me one way or the other, I would say more on the discouraging side.
I'll be really, I lean on the encouraged side.
You're on the encouraged?
I'm encouraged. Yeah, absolutely. It's a difficult game to open up the season. They're across the country. They're playing against a team that represent the NFC in the Super Bowl literally 7 months ago.
Bro, their defense
on the road,
shredded.
I understand
that's supposed to be the strong point.
I know, but at the same time, the Niners are a cohesive. They're a cohesive unit. They've been there. They've played a lot of football together, dude. They have. You know what I mean? And their offensive line just dominated. Jordan Mason just had a fucking field day. But what I will say is, what was concerning to me with the Jets on offense, if I'm going to be real, is that in fantasy, it's going to be amazing for Garrett Wilson. He's going to get 1 million targets.
I know.
But the problem with that is that's all Aaron Rodgers goes to. And if I was watching that game, and again, that's really, he was locking on Garrett Wilson. And if that was it, the second read wasn't there, he was either getting sacked or he was throwing the ball away or it was a dead play.
I actually, real fast, I want to jump in on that. I actually think, you know who I think is going to have an all right season? Lazard.
Well, yeah, he
does look for him.
Here's the thing. He needs to have an all right season because if he doesn't have an all right season, they're cooked.
I know.
They're cooked.
I mean, like you just said, though, for fantasy, when I watch that, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like, he's exactly what I drafted.
Right.
He's going to get 10, 12 targets a game. He's going to score probably 10, 12 touchdowns because he's just volume.
Yeah.
But
and I'll be honest with you, the way the Jets started is exactly how I predicted it. They were going to start off strong, but as the game adjusted and went through, the coaches were going to make the adjustments, and Robert Saleh has never done it. I haven't seen a fucking adjustment where I'm like in-game adjustment where I'm like, wow, the Jets just flipped the switch and now they're doing this instead of that, and now they're being successful. They've never done that. The Niners did that, and that's why they got their ass kicked.
You want to know one thing that's really concerning to me?
That's why they got their ass kicked, man. You
want to know what's concerning to me? Garrett Wilson got to change that jersey.
Number 5, I hate it. Oh, but with the sleeves?
Bro.
Oh, yeah, that shit's ugly.
Bro, he looks like he's wearing a penny.
He reminds me of Sam Bradford.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like the sleeves, they're just ugly, dude.
I'm not with it.
They're ugly.
Yeah, like he's too good of a player to like.
Honestly, I almost reached out and tried to trade him because I'm like, I don't even like these sleeves. It's a bad omen. I can't do this.
Yeah, they are ugly as shit. Yo.
What do you think about CMC tendonitis, Achilles tendonitis? Because Jordan Mason filled in and they didn't miss a beat. Jordan Mason was cooking.
I mean, Jordan Mason had 28 carries for $147 and a tutty.
That'll work.
Yeah, he looked really sharp. So if I'm the Niners, I would rest CMC and let this kid play and see what happens. If they're already 1-0, to me, they're playing with house money.
I don't think he comes back before week 6.
I agree with you. Actually.
When is their bye week?
That's a good question. 49ers schedule.
Week 9.
Wow. Okay.
He might not come back till week 10.
No way.
I'm telling you, if they're cooking,
no way.
And Jordan Mason is running, you're going to want him in the home stretch, and he'll have fresh legs.
It is a 2 to 3 month injury, I heard, but I don't know, the severity of it. I don't know anything of it.
You're not going to chance that with him. That's the transmission to that engine.
Yeah, but at week 10, do you think he'll be ready?
If they keep him, I'm tired.
I mean, my thing is, it's like at the end of the day, bro, it's CMC. Like you plug him in, he's a dynamic player regardless. Maybe
he comes back like I said, week 6 initially was my thought, but even if it's week 7, week 8, just to get him going, then he gets the off week, and then they hit running for the playoff run.
But like you said, it's week 1 too. Like, let's pump the brakes on this kid, Jordan Mason. Like, I mean, he might have a great week 1, and then he might put up a dud. You don't know.
He can run though.
He can absolutely run. He
runs for contact.
He does. He's a good ball player. Yeah. So like, we'll see. I mean, look, the Niners have another one. It's like they grow on trees over there. It's amazing.
I know. I'm curious to see what goes on with Pearsall, because they just figure it out. They just find talent.
Yeah, and they can use. I mean, Ayuk didn't have a really good game.
He was middies. He dropped that perfect pass from Brock Purdy in the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dime.
Yeah. Deebo Samuel.
I think he's the person I hate the most in the league.
I'll tell you what. But you know who the perfect comparison is to him? Remember what was his name? Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin. It was supposed to be Deebo Samuel.
That's a great comparison.
That's exactly
he just
who
always
he was.
got hurt.
So exactly.
Young Harvin.
He's a Percy Harvin on steroids. It's exactly what he is. They are the same exact player. I mean, he's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
I can't stand him.
There's something about him. I just
think he's like,
I don't know.
Like when I just see him, I just want to smack the shit out of him.
I know, but he doesn't seem like a wide receiver 1 to me though.
He's not.
Like
I mean, not for nothing. I don't even think Ayuk's a 1. I said that. Like Ayuk ain't worth no $30 million.
Nah, but he's a good wide receiver too.
He is good. He's just, you're not putting him on a team and he's going to be a dominant 1. He's just not. That to me, he reminds me of Christian Kirk.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's just what he reminds me of.
I don't think Christian Kirk is bad.
I don't think he's a certified 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Like perfect example real fast. Would you take Garrett Wilson right now or Brandon Ayuk? You're taking Garrett Wilson. You feel more comfortable with Garrett Wilson than you would with Ayuk.
It's weird because I guess I would. But if you took Ayuk, I mean,
you're not sad about it, but I'm just saying is that like somebody as young as Garrett Wilson already.
Oh, the upside.
I feel like they would already take him.
The upside is crazy.
Ayuk's hit his ceiling. He's a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's not great.
Yeah, so, where Garrett could be a superstar.
Correct. Like Garrett could legitimately be Devontae Adams too.
And he's in the perfect spot too in New York. I mean, this is the perfect time.
His brand is going to blow up. You got Aaron Rodgers who's going to feed you the ball because the rest of his wide receivers are 3s.
Yeah, you're right. He does have to change that jersey.
It's the jersey. It fucked me up. Like the number 5. Like it just looked like Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, it was trash.
Titans blow a 17-0 lead against the Bears and lost 24-17. Bro. And what's crazy is Caleb Williams was garbage.
He was awful.
That was probably one of the worst games that I can remember for a rookie at number 1 overall.
I couldn't disagree more.
And for you to lose that game is pathetic.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was
like
awful.
Will Levis, bro. You got to finish that.
Yeah, what was he doing?
You got to finish that game, bro.
I mean, bro, he just threw that ball away and just happened to.
And then got on his knees and went like this.
Yeah, that was photo of the year. Photo of the year right there.
I don't understand it, man. I don't understand how you make those mistakes. And it's like, bro, you're fighting for your livelihood, for your job. And you make a bonehead mistake like that. Like, not for nothing, but I feel like if you put somebody like, what drives me crazy is we have people like Will Levis starting and who's accomplished nothing, hasn't looked good. And you have somebody like Mac Jones that's a backup. And I'm not saying Mac Jones is anything, but he's better than Will Levis. Like Mac Jones can start in this league with a competent coaching staff. I believe that. But as for Caleb, I think it'll serve him well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll humble him. Rome Odunze got nicked up. Keenan Allen's foot was screwed up again. I think DJ Moore, once he gets going, DJ Moore's that guy.
Yeah, I think he's
period, like full stop.
Well, Keenan Allen and Odunze got hurt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They both got nicked up.
Yeah, they're out. I think they're out this week too.
Well, Keenan Allen is just like he like started limping on that foot, and I'm just like, that's a nagging injury for. He's like that type of guy, the type of wide receiver that gets a nagging injury.
It was the throw towards the end zone.
It was in the back of the end zone.
That's when he got hurt.
I thought, and he took off to catch it, and then you see him limping coming out, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yep.
Like you were just running straight. It wasn't contact, nothing like that.
That's like the one wide receiver they probably couldn't afford to lose, just because of his
presence.
Yeah, and just his smarts and his veteran presence of the knowledge of the game, knowing the coverages, knowing where the open hole is and
the route tree.
Yeah, like he knows all that. So like that would help Caleb. In the long run, but the fact that he might not be there is bad. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Caleb was awful. Like he was god awful. I mean, he threw for 93 yards, and come on. I mean, in fairness to him, Keenan Allen did drop a touchdown pass with 43 seconds left, before the half, which was huge because they were down 17-0.
I just can't. When I looked up and saw that score, I genuinely couldn't believe it. Because when it was 17-0, I'm like, damn, I knew it. I should have bet them.
Yeah.
The Titans I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I'm like, damn it, man. Like, I should have bet them. I love them today. Then I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm like, man, thank God I didn't bet that because I'd have been sick. Anybody who bet the Titans is sick to 4.5.
You would have lost.
That is one of the worst beats I've seen.
That's awful.
In sports. Like, I just, like, dude, the red zone, when you saw the Will Levis replay, it was just like, dude, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. What you?
So, do you have any concern about Caleb, though, before we move on?
No, I mean, look, I just think that he needs to, get acclimated to the speed of the game.
I think it looks fast. But I think the small concern for me, or maybe not the small concern, but Eberflus and the offense. They haven't ever shown you like a good offense.
Right.
The only offense I remember from Eberflus was when Justin Fields took off for a 30 or 40-yard run.
And that's not his game.
Yeah.
Caleb's game. His game is to sit in the pocket and deliver that ball because he has the talent to do that. Now, can he do it? I don't know. At this level, we don't know. It's one game. I'm not going to panic, but it didn't look good. I can tell you that. But as far as being the worst performances, it's up there with Bryce Young, I would say.
Yeah, Bryce Young was right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bryce Young, let's go there real fast, bro.
Yeah, we could just go to
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's bad.
This poor dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he looks lost.
Nah, let's just call it what it is, bro. We're not even going to say he looks lost. Bryce Young is a bust. He's a bust. And we just got to call it the way we see it at this point. It's just the bottom line. I don't see any promise in him whatsoever. There's no plays where I'm like, holy shit, he could do that. Like, he just looks like a regular quarterback to me. He looks like honest to God, he looks like a backup.
He looks like a poor man's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I just, like, he's Daniel Jones-esque. 43% completion percentage. Really? 161 yards and 2 picks. That's Daniel Jones numbers. That's what the Panthers are getting from Bryce Young. The Panthers are getting Daniel Jones.
That was Joe Burrow numbers.
It's what they're getting. Well, I'm just saying, like, consistently. I haven't seen Bryce Young light it up. Come on.
He don't have one game where you look at you're like, yo, he put on. You're right.
But I don't even have one play where I'm looking at him like, wow, he could do that. He just don't have that like wow factor to them. There's nothing to him. Like, he's just a regular dude. Like, there's nothing impressive. It's a bunch of nothing. Like, that's how I see the Panthers.
Yeah.
When I watch them on offense, it's a bunch of nothing.
A little concerning.
It's awful.
It's concerning.
It's awful. That franchise is fucking shambles. They can't even fill the stands. Did you see the stands?
Nah.
They can't because their seats are selling for like $5. I'm dead ass serious. It might be a good opportunity to go to the Panthers game. I hope the Eagles play them.
I know. Let's go see them. Yeah, we can go there for $100 for the weekend.
Yeah, easy.
Flights and all.
Flights and all.
Falcons looked god awful.
Oh my God.
I mean, talk about ass.
Yeah.
Like, I know the Panthers were ass, but the Falcons looked ass too. They lost 18-10. How do you view both teams? Because there's a lot going on here. Like, Kirk Cousins looked like shit. I know he's coming off an injury. It might take him a few to get going.
Yeah, I think so.
And what's his face? Justin Fields. We'll get into them after. But I do want to touch on the Falcons because I know Kirk Cousins looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about them. And it's not so much about Kirk Cousins. Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
I just, when you come out and lay a fucking clunker like that, I know the Steelers defense is good. I know. But I'm just saying, like, you showed there was nothing in that game that you could point to and say, like, okay, we could take a piece from that and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, you lost to a team that couldn't score a touchdown.
It's called bury the tape. That's what you got to do with that game. You got to bury the tape. I mean, look, should they be concerned? Yeah, I'm concerned for him.
But it's Raheem, though. You're on the same wave as me, right?
Yeah,
are you concerned about Kirk?
I'm concerned about the overall team.
Okay.
And I'm concerned because, not for nothing, the way the Bucs looked, they have a mountain to climb. If they don't start clicking by week 5, they're going to have a mountain to climb. And
are we going to talk about that?
We will. We'll talk about the Bucs. But what I'm saying is that if the way it's constructed, the Bucs looked awesome. So yeah, I'm concerned about the Falcons. If they don't start clicking early, they might fall behind quick, and the only thing they're going to get in is a wild card. And we don't know how you don't know how the NFC is going to shake out.
The Falcons yesterday didn't look like a team that could compete for a wild card.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Sunday.
In fairness to that,
it's a game.
In fairness to that, yeah, I agree. When Brady went to the Bucs, the first game when they played the Saints, they got waxed.
That's fair.
They got waxed, bro. No, they got waxed.
I know, but it was Sean Payton and Dennis Allen.
Right.
It wasn't like Raheem Morris, and I can't even name a fucking D
coordinator. But I can say this. It's Mike Tomlin and TJ Watt.
Okay.
That's a good combination.
Fair. I'm not going to say nothing. I got you.
You know what I mean? They're a tough team when those two are there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm concerned, but like at the same time, it's just, I think it's going to take a little while for Kirk to build his confidence up, because he looked like he didn't look like he was like trying to push off his back foot. It just seemed like it was odd. He didn't look like himself.
If the Buccaneers continue to look like they look, the Falcons better get it together in the next 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're going to have a mountain to climb.
Do you think that there was any underestimating with the Steelers? Because to me, I just,
I do.
Maybe their defense is going to be good, obviously, as long as TJ Watt stays healthy. But for their offense, like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how somebody's getting excited about 5 field goals.
Yeah, it doesn't excite me.
I'm sorry, 6 field goals. Like, when I look at that, I'm just like, that's what Justin Fields does. Like, okay, he was 17 to 23, he threw for 175 yards, and it's like, okay.
But here's the thing, though. On the flip side of that, if they convert those field goals to touchdowns, I mean, they're blowing that team out.
The problem is but that's been the same old thing. You have no evidence that your starting quarterback can do that.
Well, that's why they're conflicting on starting Fields, or they're conflicting on starting Russ.
What do they do when Russ comes back? If Fields wins 2 games?
I think you got to ride out with Fields, bro.
Who do they play this week?
I think you got to play Fields 100%. He's winning football games. That's the bottom line in this league. You have to ride with the hot hand. You'll lose the locker room if you pull him and Russ gets in there and he starts losing. You'll lose the locker room 100%.
Yeah. Tom, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were commenting.
Russell Wilson's career, if that happened, will be done, bro, in flames in midseason. Because if they pulled Fields, if Fields went 2-0, hypothetically speaking here, and then Russell comes in and he leads in fucking egg, and they go 2-1, right? And then they lose again. They're 2-2. Now you're going to hear, yo, what the fuck are we doing? We should have kept going with Fields. Get Russ the fuck out of there. Now Russ is going to be out of there. They're going to be, Fields is eventually going to take over.
Yeah.
The way that's trending.
Yeah.
Like, I think starting the season off for Fields works in his benefit in the long run. Like, I think the Steelers look at Justin Fields as their long-term quarterback as opposed to Russell Wilson. Like, I think Russell Wilson's kind of the bridge.
I mean, that's kind of
how I say it.
If you believe in Fields, I'm not a believer in him, but I'm just saying, if you are a believer in Fields, which the Steelers obviously are, because they wouldn't have traded
invested in him. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
My thing is like, why would you even do that? Just roll with Fields and see if you have anything. I don't believe they do. I'm just saying, if you think that, roll with them. Why? If you bench Justin Fields, you're going to ruin his confidence even more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
100% you are. You can shake his confidence on that. And he doesn't have a lot of confidence because he's 10-28 as a starter. Or whatever, that awful record.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Let's go to the Dolphins. They came back and beat the Jags as Tyreek Hill got arrested. He scored an 80-yard touchdown. I'm not going to really go into the whole thing that happened. I know his knee was hurt. I heard it on the body cam. It's just weird. His knee really hurt, so he couldn't sit down, and then he went and scored a fucking 80-yard touchdown 2 hours later. But I digress on behalf of the association. What are your takeaways from that game? Because I know Trevor Lawrence has been like a contentious point on here with what we've been going over. And even Tua for that matter, because Tua doesn't get any respect. Tua gets no respect.
Honestly, man, same old Jags. They failed to score a point in the second half. I mean, You're not going to win football games not scoring in the second half, not on the road. You know, that was a game where they should have won. Like if I'm a Jags player, I'm walking away disappointed. I'm looking at that. That's a disappointing loss for the Jags, 100%. And that's a steal for the Dolphins. The Dolphins had all the controversy coming into the game with the Tyreek Hill shit, and they get a win. That's a game where they're supposed to lose because of the distraction. That's a great win for Miami. You know, like to me, they're playing with house money when they play Thursday night.
That's kind
of how I see for Miami. I think they're playing with house money on Thursday.
Well, for me, for Miami, those are the games you need to learn how to win. Those are gritty wins,
right? But that's how I feel about the Jags. You got 240 M's, bro. You better be closing that game out. You got $240 million and you can't close out that game. You didn't score a point in the second half. You got $240 million. The fuck? At what world do we live in? What world do we live in where you can get no points and have $240 million in the bank? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. That's not a $240 million quarterback. No way.
As soon as that deal went down, I said,
no way.
And
dude.
If you go ask 30 GMs, they're taking Trevor Lawrence over Tua. They're taking him over fucking Dak. They're taking him over fucking Jalen Hurts. They're taking him over all these players. And I'm looking at, I'm like, are we watching the same game? Because, okay, he threw a beautiful pass to Brian Thomas Jr. in the back of the end zone. That was beautiful. Yeah. It was anticipation. It was where only the receiver could get it. It was perfect placement. He doesn't win games.
I agree.
You get paid money to win games. I don't understand how mediocrity just keeps getting fucking rewarded. You've never done anything. How are you getting paid like at the top of the class? You're not a top of the class quarterback. I can name 10 quarterbacks better than Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, easy.
And I said this last year. Baker Mayfield right now is better than Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, easy.
It's just, it is. Like, I don't understand that. We will shit on somebody like Baker Mayfield constantly. And then we will go and pay Trevor Lawrence $240 million. Give me Baker at $100 million over Trevor at $240. It's fucking insane. It's insane. It's so annoying, dude. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand the Trevor Lawrence shit. I really don't.
It's just, it comes down to the market though. It's the next quarterback that's getting the payday. They're getting the highest paid. It's just,
here's the thing. Do I think Dak should have got 60? I don't. But Dak has at least a leg to stand on why he should be paid that money.
So let me ask you a question. What if the team doesn't pay him? What happens to them?
Who?
The team. Just say the Jags don't want to pay. Just say the Jags didn't pay Trevor Lawrence.
They would have franchise tagged him.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, what if they didn't pay him? Like, what would happen in the grand scheme?
He would go to a different team and another team would pay him. They would do what the Cleveland Browns did to Deshaun Watson.
Right. So why did the team pay him?
Because it's their first glimmer of hope. Because he's at least shown you like he's competent. Like, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is ass. Trevor Lawrence ain't like that.
Like, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a multiple-time Super Bowl winner. And I could be dead wrong about that.
If Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars are coming, if Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars are coming to your stadium, you do not fear him or them. That's not a $240 million quarterback.
No.
When Dak and the Cowboys come to the Eagles Stadium, I know we got a dogfight on our hands. You just do. You do. When Jordan Love and the Packers came in, I watched Jordan Love. I know he can play ball. I know they're coming and it's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, Justin Herbert, for all the shit that I give him, you know he's going to put up a game.
Because he's got the talent.
I don't see it with Trevor Lawrence. I don't see it.
I'm right with you, man.
I don't see it.
I'm disappointed in their performance. I mean, again, it looked like the same old Jags, and I just feel like this is an opportunity for them to elevate their game. I mean, this is his third year in Dougie P's offense. You should be fucking elevating your game.
I watched Doug Peterson take Carson Wentz and Nick Foles to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, Trevor Lawrence, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I know circumstances are different. Yeah. I get it. But I'm just saying, dude, like, it's annoying. It's annoying to me. Like, I got to go in there and listen to fucking, what's his face? Nick Wright. And it's like, oh, the Prince. And it's like, dude.
The Prince is crazy.
You really got to stop with Trevor Lawrence,
The Prince is nasty.
Am I crazy, though? On what I said about Trevor Lawrence?
The Prince?
He calls him the Prince.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's insane. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's so beyond, like, comprehension.
That shit is
and
insane.
it's just getting to the point now where it's just like, I look at Trevor Lawrence and like I said, he's a regular fucking quarterback. Oh yeah. ETN did fumble into the end zone. I get it, bro. But I'm just like throughout the game,
Facts.
man, like I don't ever get wowed by Trevor Lawrence. Like I never saw Trevor Lawrence. I can't name a game where Trevor Lawrence went out there and dominated and they won because of Trevor Lawrence.
I agree with you. Well, the playoff game.
Which the
comeback
against the car. Yeah, he went off.
That was insane.
He threw 4 first half interceptions.
They call fire like out of nowhere.
But after that, it's just like that's it. That's his signature moment. Now look, it was a good time to have a signature
he
moment.
Got paid for it too,
and he did get paid for it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think though? Real fast, going back on that before we went on that rant. Are you worried about Miami tomorrow against Buffalo? They are home, but it was a lot of noise and shit, like with the police and stuff and all that.
Yeah, no, I'm worried about them. I think the distraction's still there. I mean, we're still talking about it. I think it's still in the news. It's still fresh. So I definitely think it's a distraction. I think it's a bad spot for them, honestly. Even though they're home, I think it's a great spot for the Bills on the road. Like to me, like I like the Bills in this matchup. I know we're gonna get to that moment, like later. But like to me, I'm they're hurt too. Yeah. Miami's hurt, and you have all the shit. The off the field issues going on. It's a bad spot for them. And I feel like them getting the win against the Jags meant a lot because again, I feel like they're playing with house money because when you have a distraction like that off the field right before a fucking game, usually that team kind of plays pretty poorly, right? Yeah. Because their mind's not in it. Something went down but they won that game. They stole that game. To me, like I see them playing with house money. So like, I just think they're in a bad spot.
I couldn't agree with you more. My bad. I was reading the comment. They're Tyreek Hill's doing interview after interview. It's dominating the headlines. It's dominating the football shows. It's dominating the locker room. Mike McDaniels is up there about to cry. I just feel like it's that situation got made into a big fucking political
theater
thing. Yeah, theater. That's probably a better word than theater. Political. I mean, it did get made political, but it is theater, and that's exactly what happened with that. And the craziest thing is like if he just took accountability, it probably wouldn't have even gotten that far. But we're incapable of doing that in today's society.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is going to be when Buffalo goes in there tomorrow night and beats the fucking brakes off of them.
Yeah, they're coming, bro.
Because Tua is 1-6 against the Bills in his career, and he missed that playoff game, which Skylar Thompson actually put on, but whatever.
I got a better stat.
But I'm just saying, Josh Allen is going to go in there tomorrow, and he's going to do a number on him. I just hope it's with Kincaid, so I could put the full in.
Oh shit!
What were you going to say?
No, we'll go to that later. I have a stat for you that I'm going to conclude in my pick. But yeah,
on the
Bills
on that game.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. All right. This is what I want to talk about. This Patriots beat the Bengals 16-10 as a 7.5 point fucking underdog. I actually think that line closed at 8.5.
Really?
Yeah, I think. You could go first.
What the hell happened? What happened to your boy? No, like I need answers because if this was Josh Allen losing to the Patriots, you would fucking crush me.
I would.
You would bury me.
I would.
I would hate to be here right now.
So you know what's funny?
And you know what's funny about this? I'm gonna take a light on you though because
don't take it light on
because
me. Pound me.
No, but what? What?
Go ahead, my bad.
No, because you know what it is, dude. It's just I predicted them to win. But I predicted them to start slow. This is no surprise to me with the Bengals. Like I'm not even phased if that's what it is. Like I don't even feel like crushing you because I already know how they start.
You can't crush me.
I already know how they start. They start off slow, and I don't understand it. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of big concerned. I'm big time concerned. Yeah, T. Higgins is out again. He hasn't practiced all week. Joe Burrow looked like a regular dude without Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, looked like a regular quarterback. Like I don't. That's bottom line.
He didn't look like a regular quarterback. He looked like a backup quarterback.
The difference between and this is my thing with the whole Joe Burrow and Josh Allen thing. When things aren't going well in the passing game, Josh Allen can win.
Mm-hmm.
When things aren't going well in the passing game for Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals can't win.
Correct.
That's the difference between Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, right? So I just want to get that across. And I love both quarterbacks, right? But at the end of the day, I heard a point earlier, and I never really pay attention to it because, like, I know what Joe Burrow can do. But he had, around his career in college, he's played with some fucking loaded-ass wide receivers. So now that we're finally getting a glimpse of him with bum-ass wide receivers, outside of Jamar Chase, he's awesome. But if T. Higgins is out, now you got to rely on guys that, you know, your fourth string last year. What was his name? Ilyasova, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And who else is there?
Ilyasova, Katerina Rostova.
Yeah, something like that. Some shit like that, right? So real talk, bro. Like he's gonna have to get these guys better. Like he's gonna have to win football games without these dynamic players. And we haven't seen that throughout Joe Burrow's career. And I'm not saying he can't do it. But what I'm saying is this is the ultimate test for him. And I think he's about to be tested big time, especially this coming week against the Chiefs.
I think I fucked up picking Joe Burrow in fantasy. They got bad vibes over there.
Really bad vibes. I wrote that down around here too.
You didn't pay T. Higgins. You didn't pay Chase.
Bad vibes.
T. Higgins is on a fucking franchise tag. Jamar Chase has 2 years left on his deal. He's coming up with sicknesses, dogging it, getting third down things. I mean, only getting third down passes.
Did you see his contract, by the way? I'm sorry to cut you off, but did you see the reported contract that he turned down? 4 years, $140 million. He turned down 4 years, $140 million. That's $35 million annually. Turned it down.
They actually offered it to him?
Yep. And he turned it down.
See what I'm saying, man? And then
but
you turned down
but bro,
100.
You can't blame the players anymore, though. You have to start blaming the GMs who are dishing out this kind of money to players that are kind of almost equally or close to in talent as him.
Wait, you don't think that he should get that money?
I think he should.
Do you think he should have signed it?
I think he should have signed that deal. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, can you blame him for asking for more? Because the trend is the next player wants a little bit more. Look at the quarterback market. Look at the tight end market. Look at the running back market. Everybody wants to up somebody. So for him to ask for more than Justin Jefferson, can we fault him? No, because we should be blaming the NFL GMs for allowing this type of shit to happen.
Well, hopefully
that's not his fault.
Hopefully the Bengals hold
Get the
strong.
bag, bro. Fuck it.
But my thing is, you get offered $140 million, $35 million annually per year. And what happens to it, dude? You know what happens to that? Then people get mad when people like us and we talk about how athletes are spoiled fucking brats. They are spoiled, petulant children. That's what they are, bro. That's exactly what that is. A spoiled brat. And we come out here and I look at that and I'm like, how do you expect us? I get it, dude. You're going to work. It's a game. You're playing a game. You're lifting weights and training. Go ask anybody that works out. We have Fred, Tom, Mark, people that love the gym rats. Jay, would you rather work or be able to go to the gym all day? They're going to pick the gym.
For sure.
That's what they like to do. It's a hobby. And you make all that money and you're getting $35 million a year and you're turning it down.
It's more than the gym, though. I mean, like in fairness. But I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying you're getting paid to work out, keep your body in shape, and remain a top athlete.
Yeah.
You're not pushing shopping carts in the snow. You're not changing oil and changing tires in 30-degree weather with your hands, with your fingertips fucking frozen.
Right.
Like what do you do? And you're getting paid ridiculous amounts of money and you're turning down that type of contract? If he turned down 35, I promise you he wants 40.
He probably wants 30.
And then he said, I want to beat the shit out of Justin Jefferson. He wants 40.
Probably 37.5, I would say. He probably wants to beat him by at least 10 mil.
I'm worried about the Bengals. And I'm worried about Joey B. Very worried about that.
No, I know.
And here's the thing. I just, with Joe Burrow, dude, it's tough because he's always had great talent around him in the NFL, but he had a shitty offensive line.
Yeah. No,
but he was just he's a pocket quarterback, so he was able to get the ball out and read the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But with that team, trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
And I hate it because I got Joe Burrow in fantasy. I was excited to have him, and I'm nervous.
I'll be honest with you.
You know what I texted you earlier, and you told me I was crazy.
Oh, but you want to start Baker over?
I wasn't gonna say. No, I don't give a fuck. That's all good. Yeah, I said I might actually pick up Baker Mayfield and drop Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Because I trust Baker, right? He's gonna get in a shootout with the Lions.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you.
And I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow, who looked bad against a worse defense.
Yeah, I'm.
The Chiefs got good defense.
I would lean with Baker.
So that's where I'm at on that.
I'm kind of with you. because I like the matchup with the Lions. Although Lions defense is really good and they could be really like.
But Baker had 350 yards and I think 3 touchdowns against them last time they played in the playoffs. So I know he can put up numbers, but how do I trust Joe Burrow? And like T. Higgins, he's got a hammy issue. Is he going to play? I don't know. Like I have T. Higgins in my other fantasy league. That's a disaster for T. Higgins because he's not going to want to hurt himself. Jamar Chase, that trend's not going to stop if he's not getting paid. Like if you're a Jamar Chase owner in fantasy, dude, good luck. That, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the year I drafted Antonio Brown when he indulged into CTE. When he went to the Raiders and he arrived in the hot air balloon and I went, I'm fucked.
That was it.
I knew it was over.
Yeah, you did say that too.
I said, it's over.
Well, he did ride in the hot air balloon. I forgot about that, Bill. So that's a classic moment.
It is. AFC South, Texans beat the Colts. What do you think about that game?
You want me to be honest?
No, I want you to lie.
I just want to say one thing. Anthony Richardson, man, he's got a fucking rocket arm. Like he's got an arm that I've never seen. Like in a live game, I have never seen somebody deliver a football like this, bro. Dog. Did you see that throw that he threw to Alec Pierce in the end zone? That was insanity. He threw it right off his back foot. There's a defender in his face. There's a lineman right there. And he just fucking launched it. And Alec Pierce is right there and it's beautiful, right in stride. That was a beautiful throw, man. I wasn't really high on Anthony Richardson, but when I watched that game, like he did impress me. But the one thing I will say I'm concerned about with him is that he just needs to get better at the short, immediate routes. Like he needs to be able to deliver the football in those kind of areas. Deep, fucking down the field throws. I have no worries about that guy. That guy can really deliver the football down the field. Bro,
that throw that he put on Alec Pierce.
That's what I just said.
Holy
It was unbelievable.
Shit.
It was unbelievable. I was like, holy fuck. I've never seen something like that.
I felt like that was 75, 80 yards in the like into the air.
That was amazing.
I'm not talking like I'm talking about the height of it. That was a bomb.
Yeah.
Does he have the strongest arm in the league?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. In real live action, in a real game, I've never seen a throw like that.
That's exactly.
Like, that was a rocket.
And there was people around him. It wasn't like he was standing by himself and just did it.
Yeah, like there was like it was amazing. I was speechless watching that. And then there was a couple throws where he just threw a strike, and then the guy just ran it all the way down to the field and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like this guy's got a rocket arm, and when that ball leaves his hand, it goes quick. But like I said, he just needs to get better at the short, immediate routes. He needs to get Michael Pittman involved. He needs to get those guys involved and start to move the chains because he only had 9 completions. Regardless of all that, he had 9 completions. That's it. So that's concerning to me. So he needs to get better at overall efficiency.
So for Anthony Richardson, I kind of think like, so remember the stat I brought up last week? He's only played 17 games. That's crazy. He's only played 17 games since high school. Like, bro, not for nothing. That's worrisome. And we talked about it last week, and he looks like a player that has only played 17 games.
Honestly, I'm not even worried about that, though, bro, because he actually looks really good.
He does. I get it.
He's just got,
you know what it is? He's just got to sharpen up.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you're only going to get that if you play.
I don't disagree.
But like you said, he's got a cannon. Mm-hmm. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
And he can succeed.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy and not take the blows that he took last year, I think the Colts hit it.
Yeah.
I think the Colts got it. Because he is just like, I don't want to compare him to Michael Vick, but like the strength of his arm. That's what it is. Like dude, when he throws the ball, it looks like a bullet.
Yeah,
that's how fast it is.
It's unbelievable.
It's like he's probably hurting the wide receiver's hands.
I mean, look, if he can play like that, the Colts are going to be really tough to stop. I'll tell you that, because they got big. If they can get big explosive plays like that, along with having Jonathan Taylor, they're going to be a problem. They could absolutely be in the mix towards the end. I'm not talking about Super Bowl, but I'm talking about making the playoffs. This team is pretty good.
If Anthony Richardson makes the playoffs and they're a wild card,
this team is pretty good.
I promise you, no team in the first round is going to want to play them. And I don't care. You could say like experience or whatever. The problem is if Anthony Richardson just happens to have one of those games where he's on when he's throwing the ball, because his legs are always going to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could always resort to that. But if there's one thing where your defense has a little bit of a hole and he can exploit it just a little bit and run, and then like you said with Jonathan Taylor, you're not going to want to play them.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to mess with them in the first round.
Yeah, and pause on this, but like I didn't realize how big he was.
Come on,
like
man.
pause. I know pause, but like bro, like he's big. He's running over linebackers, cuz I'm like, what
he's
the
built
fuck?
like Josh Allen.
Yo, he has no problem with contact.
I know.
He's built for that. But the problem is that you're a quarterback. Those hits, you can get concussed really easily in the NFL, man.
Josh Allen and Cam Newton, they were the only quarterbacks that I've seen be able to run over linebackers and just pop up like everyth's okay.
This kid's really good.
I was
wrong on Joe. I was way off on Anthony Richardson. He could really play.
He's good, man. It's just, you
efficiency, it matters.
That's what it is.
To me. Yeah,
what
100%.
was his stat line? 9 for what?
I think he was 9 for 19.
Okay, so he threw under 20.
Yeah.
So but that's generally what you're going to get.
That's what you're going to get out of him.
So yeah, Shane Steichen knows what he's doing, bro. Look what he did to Jalen and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
The proof is there. He knows
I think
what
the red
doing.
zone, they're going to be a nightmare.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the Texans, what did you think about the Texans?
They're good.
Yeah.
Not like I'm not saying it like down.
No.
The Texans are legit. CJ Stroud, when I watch CJ Stroud play, dude, the command that he has, it's just he looks like a vet. There's not gonna be no sophomore slump. He's gonna do his thing, dude. Like CJ Stroud is just when I watch him play, he just looks like a quarterback. He looks like somebody that plays the game of football, understands the game of football, and can just play. He's going out there and he's not thinking. He's just playing the game. Now, he's thinking in terms of reading the defenses, throwing the ball, and things like that. But he just knows how to go out there. There's no distractions for him. He's just playing the game.
He doesn't make mistakes. I think
that's
really, really key for them. He doesn't make mistakes.
He's a football player.
Yeah, and he was really efficient as well. I just felt like the Texans struggled a little bit on offense. I felt like they struggled to get something going. I know Joe Mixon was clicking on all cylinders. I mean, he had an awesome game.
That might have been the steal of the offseason.
He had 30 carries for $159 and a touchdown. I mean, that's going to work every single week.
If you get 30 carries to Joe Mixon, and the guy you have standing back there is somebody with the talent of CJ Stroud
and doesn't make mistakes, and you have weapons like that,
they take care of the ball. Good luck beating. I'm being serious, and this goes for the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, like the Ravens, good teams. If you have a quarterback back there that does not make mistakes and turn the ball over, and you have a running back that you can feed 25, 30 times a game, and your second best receiver is Stephon Diggs, best of luck.
I agree with you 100%.
Best of luck.
I have nothing to add.
Best of luck.
Yeah,
because they're really good, and I'm a really big fan of CJ Stroud. Really big fan of him, dude. I root for him. I would not mind to see the Texans win. Also, it's great to stick it up to Sean Watson's ass. Pause though, because he might like that.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I would love that because he went to an organization, and he's gonna fucking drown there. He already is drowning. He blows.
Yeah,
and they get CJ Stroud. Bang, they're right back.
We'll talk about him. We're gonna get to Watson later. Don't worry about that.
Vikings crushed the Giants. Sam Darnold, 19-24 for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Sam Darnold.
Fuck with Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
I do, yo.
Sam Darnold is better than Daniel Jones.
100%.
Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback in the league, next to Bryce Young.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Daniel Jones is some shit.
Yeah.
He's some Sean.
Yeah.
All
right, but the Giants at this point, bro, you got to just own up to your mistake. Like, what are you waiting for?
I'd rather have Drew Lock.
The world knows that he's not good. Everybody knows he's not good. The league knows he's not good. Like, the guy had 52% completion percentage, 186 yards and 2 picks. I mean, this guy is what is he, 5th year? I mean, come on. What you saw from Daniel Jones is what you're going to get. You've already saw what he's going to do. Nothing's going to change this year. I'm sorry. Giants fans, I'm sorry. It's just inexcusable. The Giants are fucking garbage. The Giants are so fucking garbage. It's embarrassing. They should be humiliated. That's a bad product.
And you know what's even worse than that? And I said this when it happened 2 years ago. You fucking paid Daniel Jones 40 M's.
Over Saquon Barkley.
Daniel Jones isn't worth $4 million a year, let alone 40.
It's unbelievable.
He is the worst quarterback in the league, second to Bryce Young. And I would probably go with Bryce Young just because at least he's young and I haven't seen anything yet. Daniel Jones, you know this. Ass.
He's ass.
Yeah, ass.
Really, really.
And in my shady voice.
Yeah.
Like, he really stinks, dude. Mm-hmm. There's nothing on tape with him where you're just like, oh yeah, he could do that. Nothing.
Agreed.
Nothing, bro. Nothing. I just read this headline.
I wrote this last night, dog.
Yo,
Okay.
that's crazy. Panthers get blown the fuck out. So I want to touch on them real fast. Yo, what do you think about the Saints? Because they looked impressive. Yeah. Are the Panthers really ass like that, or can the Saints be a surprise team?
Honestly, I might have been I might have been 1 year off on the Saints, bro. That ass,
right?
Nah, I just think the Panthers are really ass. Like, I think that's what it is. I think the Saints are a good team. I don't think they're great. I think they're going to be middle of the pack squad. I think they're an average team. I think they can be good. Derek Carr looked pretty good. If he can play like that, yeah, they're going to be in. You
got them over my 6.5.
Over what?
Over the 6.5.
Is that what their win total is?
I think it was.
Well, I had to win this game, so yeah.
You got them up there?
I think I had them under.
Do you think they have any shot at contending in that division?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's going to be the Falcons, and I think it's going to be
the Saints look better than the
Bucks. Yeah,
one game. I know,
and
but
they play the worst team in the league.
I know.
You know what I mean?
We're going to learn a lot about them when they go play Dallas this week.
Yeah, and they're going to get blown out in Dallas.
You think?
100%. That line is crazy low.
What is
6.5?
Who? Dallas is minus 6.5?
Yeah, Dallas is going to win by double digits. Mark my words.
That's a low line.
Coming off a 47-point performance.
Tom, if you're in here, chime in on that, please.
Tom?
On that 6.5, because I think that's a low line.
Tom will tell you.
Yeah, I think that Tom will tell. I think that's low.
Tom
6.5.
I like that. Tom will tell.
Bills beat the Cardinals 34-28. This was a good ass game.
Yeah, man.
Aside from Marvin Harrison Jr. being some shit, definitely don't take after Pops at this moment. But I drafted him in fantasy, so he's probably going to have this type of year.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it, bro.
Honestly, man, it was a great game. I was so mad at the Cardinals lost, dude. It was looking great for me.
Did you see what Kyler said in the post-game interview?
About the targets?
That's not my job.
Yeah, but I think it was taken out of context. Did you watch it?
I saw a clip.
Yeah, no.
So I'll be honest.
Watch the interview.
Okay. I saw like a short.
Nah, the internet is crazy. They twist the words, but no, it was a Cardinals game that I expected. I expected them to go out and be able to score. I think they could score with the Bills, and guess what? They were right up there. You know what? They should have won that fucking game. Marvin Harrison Jr. was wide the fuck open.
I know.
That's a touchdown. That's a game-winning touchdown right there.
No.
So, but honest to God, man, I'm pretty impressed with the Cardinals. Like they came out and they battled. They play for Gannon.
They're going to be in games.
They're going to be in games. They're going to be that one annoying team you just don't want to play. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be because they could score. Like I think their offense is going to be fine. I think Kyler struggled a little bit, but overall, I think they're going to be fine. James Conner to me is a goddamn steal in fantasy every single year. I'm so mad I didn't take him. James Conner to me is just he's one of the most underrated running backs in the league. It's insane. Like he literally gets no respect. James Conner, he does nothing but gain guards and run people over and score touchdowns. It's what he does. And he moves the chains and he's awesome. He's a great compliment to Kyler Murray in that offense. If they can get it going in the passing game with Marvin Harrison Jr. and figure it out, and then you got McBride and Michael Wilson and them, they're going to be in games. Like this team, again, I'm not surprised because I expected them to be able to score, and that's what they did. Josh Allen was just fucking ridiculous. That's regular shit. He was extremely efficient. 78.3 completion percentage. That will do it. 2 touchdowns. I know he had to fumble.
Bro, when he fumbled that, I started cracking up. I'm like, yo, this dude's starting.
But
you know what it is with Josh Allen? He's so great. You at this point,
you gotta just take the good with the bad.
I'll take it without, but I'm just no. Josh Allen is so great and just like a crazy good football player that with the fumbles, you just say fuck it. You just let it roll. That really is what it is, bro. Because it's not going to change.
He'll make up for it.
You have to accept it because he's going to do that. Because he almost had another rushing touchdown.
He had 4 touchdowns totally. Two in the air and 2 on the ground. That's insane to me. Like that's what he does.
Bro.
Though.
He's got to go to Kincaid.
Bro, he is the second best quarterback in the league, bro.
Right now, I can't say much on it.
It's just facts. He's awesome.
It's crazy though. You tell me
he's awesome, bro.
You tell me Burrow, he hasn't succeeded without elite talent, but the first year that Josh Allen don't have elite talent, you tell me he can't win the division.
I don't think he can. I don't think they're going to win the division.
You still don't think they're going to win the division?
Not after week 1. That's cool. They won against the Cardinals. They were expected to win. They were 7.5 point favorites. They were expected to win that game. I didn't think they were going to win that game. I'm still not high on the Bills. There's a lot of things about them that I don't love. If the Cardinals can score 28 on you, what's the Chiefs going to do to you?
Well, you told me the Cardinals were a sleeper team. You told me they were a Cardinals or a sleeper team.
What the Chiefs going to do to you, bro?
You told me they were a sleeper team. The Cardinals are a sleeper team.
If the Cardinals could score 28, a bottom 5 team, right? That from last year, or whatever the fuck they were.
They play hard for Gannon. You told me that.
They do. I'm just saying, if a team like that can score 28 on the Bills on the road, what the fuck is Kansas City going to do?
Oh, well, if they score 34, I know I got Josh that could put up 40. He had 2 touchdowns running and 2 through the air.
But
Dominant.
But the Chiefs also have a harder defense. It's going to be a harder game. Like that's what I'm saying. Against these teams, I expect these kind of performances. Josh Allen should do this. He should have 2 touchdowns, 4 total.
You know what's encouraging?
Is what he should do.
What's encouraging for the Cardinals is you scored 28 points and you didn't even have your best offensive weapon involved.
Agreed.
So that could be encouraging. I just thought of that.
I agree. I'm not scared by the Cardinals at all. Yeah, I actually think they're, like I said, they're going to be in a lot of football games.
I was impressed with the Cardinals, to be honest, because I thought the Bills played well.
Their defense sucks, though.
But the Cardinals were in there.
Their defense is horrible. That's going to be their downfall. And if they can figure that out in the next year, this team is going to be on the rise.
John Harbaugh got his first dub as the Chargers head coach.
Salute.
Broadbent, good luck with J.K. Dobbins. I want to throw up.
That shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. Honest to God, man, like I don't even know what to say, dude. It's like everything you touch is like, it goes to shit.
I don't understand it, bro. It's only in this league.
You got to stop trading, bro. You got to stop. You just got to roll with your draft and just let the chips fall where they may.
I mean, bro,
you just keep trading before the season, and it's killing you.
Bro, I traded J.K. Dobbins.
So what? It's week 1.
Huh?
Should I get him? He's available in my league.
Yes.
Oh yeah, scoop him up.
Scoop.
Yeah.
That's
a scoop
for scoop. That's a scoop.
Oh, we're gonna bring that back too next week.
Oh, by the way, we're having Spanos next week, Phil. I just remember.
Yeah.
That.
Oh,
so. Yeah. But what were we talking about again? We were going back to
J.K. Dobbins, bro. And I'm not here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about my fantasy issues.
No, but what I tell you all the time is I don't know why you trade, man. You gotta let the chips fall where they may. At the same time, it's like, yeah, you're like, oh, it's J.K. Dobbins, but the game's never started yet. You don't know what the hell he's going to do.
I liked him this year.
Exactly. You liked him this year and you traded him. You liked Devontae Smith this year and you traded him. Like, why? It's stupid. Stick with your team. Go with your gut. You studied. You did your homework. You follow your homework. I'm not trading my shit. I lost week 1, so fucking what? I'm going to ride with my guys. It is what it is.
I put a big hole in my team.
I'm getting rid of Kenneth Walker.
No.
No?
Oh, hell no. No, put him in the IR if you can.
Okay.
Why, he got hurt?
Now, Phil, don't do that yet. We'll help you out after the show.
Be patient.
He said he's gonna drop Kenneth Walker. It's crazy, yo.
We got a lot to teach him, bro. I gotta teach you fantasy.
We got a lot to discuss.
I gotta teach you back shots.
What?
All right, Seahawks beat the Broncos 26-20. I was impressed by the Seahawks defense. Seahawks got a good D.
I'm just throwing off what you just said to Phil, bro. The Seahawks.
That defense looked all right.
Yeah, it looked all right.
Cowboys beat the shit out of the Browns. Deshaun Watson, he struggled. I'm just going to come out and say it. I told you guys last week. I've been saying it for a year. Deshaun Watson is cooked. Deshaun Watson stinks. He fucking stinks. There is nothing on tape that you look at with Deshaun Watson and you say, we can go win with this guy. He's horrible. He's horrible. For real. He sucks, dude. He's cooked. It's over for him, dude. Cleveland knows it. Stefanski knows it. The owner knows it. The GM knows it. And every fan in the stadium knows it. He's horrible.
He's really, really, really bad. I don't think I've ever seen a starting quarterback as inaccurate as him.
Bro, he's throwing the ball 7 yards out of bounds on a post route.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It looks like somebody that hasn't played in forever. And it's like, bro, you played last year. Like, that excuse is out the window. It's do or die now, bro. Like, it is. And what's fucked up is that the Browns restructured his deal before the fucking season. You know what that did? That pushed all the money back into the last 2 years of his deal. Deshaun Watson's cap hits the next 2 years is $72.9 million for 2025 and 2026. I have a total of $172 million in dead money. If they were to get rid of him, they have $172 million in dead money in the next 2 years. That is wild. Good luck constructing your roster. You're not, unless you find a diamond in the rough in the draft in the quarterback position.
Like a Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that's the only way you get out of that. They're fucked until 2027. That's honest to God truth, because he ain't coming back. He's dead. He's gone, bro. He lost his magic. He ain't coming back. He is garbage. He's horrible. He is. He's horrible. He's horrible. And you know what? It ain't going to get any better, because the pressure is only going to mount higher and higher, because he's playing so poorly that it's noticeable. He's playing so bad, it's noticeable. It is. He's not even flying under the radar. It's bad. The performance is so bad, Mike. It's horrible, dude. He's throwing the ball out of bounds in the stands. He's giving out souvenirs. It's horrible. I've never seen this before, man. And this is it's really sad for the Cleveland fans, because they've been through a lot of hell, and we gotta revisit that trade, that Baker and that Deshaun Watson trade, because that might be the worst trade in the history of the NFL.
It absolutely is.
In the history of the NFL. The fucking Browns got absolutely bamboozled. They did. They got hosed. Straight the fuck up. They got hosed. And he was holding out with the Texans like he was some fucking big shot. Then guess what? Then they fucking traded to the farm for him. Then they gave him the bank, and he stinks. That is so embarrassing. You, as a GM, making that call, you should fire yourself. You should fire yourself. I would be so embarrassed.
Bro, I'm gonna, and it's so funny because people on social media die on the weirdest players' hills.
The weirdest players, bro.
Justin Fields, Daniel Jones. Like, it's like they die on, it's like, let me find the biggest pile of ass and let me go die on that hill. That's what it's like, honestly. And it's like, you got people, oh my God, he was 5-1 last year. The dude had 7 touchdowns. I got you. They had 7 touchdowns and 5 picks. Horrible. Horrible.
Bro, he was so bad, bro. I couldn't believe it. I was disappointed because I was kind of like weirdly like I thought
get blown the fuck out by the Saints.
47-10.
All right, let's stay with Cleveland because Baker and the Bucks demolished the Commanders. Yeah. Baker went crazy, throwing for 4 touchdowns.
Talk your shit. You deserve it. You deserve it.
I tried to tell you guys for a long time. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. Baker Mayfield, when he has weapons around him, Baker Mayfield can play. He will be a back-end top 10 quarterback. Baker Mayfield can do that. Baker Mayfield is not going to go to a franchise with dog shit like the Panthers and just completely magically just make them worlds better. That is not Baker Mayfield. But if you put Baker Mayfield with a competent coach and you put Baker Mayfield with confident skill, what's it called? Damn, I fucked that up. If you put Baker Mayfield with I'm going to stop. If you put Baker Mayfield with a competent coach and you put Baker Mayfield with a competent skill player position, Baker Mayfield can succeed. And you're seeing that. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback.
I agree. He looks really good, man.
And it took some time, but I'm finally vindicated.
I don't think it's even so that. I think it's Baker is just happy as fuck. He looks comfortable. He looks really, really good. Like he just looks really happy. He looks like he found a home in Tampa. It looks like that team played together last year. They looked exactly like that last year.
They believe in Baker.
That locker room, he even said it himself after the game, this is the closest group I've ever played with, even going back to college, even in his college days. That's crazy to say that, right? In the NFL locker room, because you know what I mean? Like college boys are more closer than NFL guys. They got families and shit, but they're a close group. Like that's why I love the Bucs coming to the season. I love them winning the division over the Falcons because they're more of a team. They have a quarterback at the helm that has good leadership qualities that can get those good players to rally around him, and that's the result. I mean, they blew them out. They blew out the Commanders. It wasn't even a game. That the Bucs look like a team that nobody wants to play later in the season.
His MVP odds are at plus 8,000. I might throw a bean on it.
I don't think he's going to sniff the MVP.
Me neither, but it might be worth $100.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to sniff the MVP. But like I said, Baker looked, he looked really decisive with the football. They go win
12, 13 games.
Baker looked decisive. He looked accurate. He just looked comfortable. Now in year 2 with the Bucs, I like it. And, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep hammering home. Mike Evans. He's the most underrated wide receiver of all time.
It's not even a question anymore.
I love the way he plays. He's just an awesome teammate. He will go to war for his guys. He just makes big, big plays. Mike Evans is a first ballot Hall of Fame, and that's no question about it. And he's 4 touchdowns away from being 9th all time on the touchdown list with Steve Largent and Tim Brown with 100.
And people talk about this dude
100 touchdowns,
like
bro.
He's a regular wide receiver.
100 touchdowns on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Historically, they have been horrible. He's still, from 2014 to now, even through all those bad years, he was still performing at a high level, no matter who was at the quarterback position. This guy is all time, man. I love Mike Evans, man. Like I think he's the most slept on wide receiver ever. Straight up.
Can't disagree. All right. Week 2 starts tomorrow night. Bills at Dolphins. Dolphins -2.5. Who do you trust more in this matchup?
I trust Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's going to make the big play to win the game. And I don't think he needs a wide receiver to do it because he could do it with his legs. I think Josh Allen is like that. And I think Josh Allen is able to make the big play when it matters most, regardless of who's that wide receiver, whether it's Shakur, whether it's Keon Coleman, who actually had a really nice catch in that game.
He looked all right.
He looked like a competent wide receiver. So that was a good sign for them. So I'm JA17 all day, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even a question.
Yeah.
You just trust Josh Allen.
And I'm not disrespecting Tua.
No,
I think Tua is a really good player.
There's levels.
And Tua he did lead the league in fucking passing yards in week 1 too.
But Josh Allen's a tier. He's top tier.
He does it all.
He does.
So I'm going to trust him in that moment because, like I said, if the Bills struggle on the passing game, I know Josh Allen can figure out a way to win a football game with his legs. So I trust Josh Allen.
What do you got? What's the score of this game?
So here's the stat that I wanted to bring up. Did you know that Buffalo is 11-1 against Miami in the last 12 games? That's crazy.
Makes sense.
Isn't that crazy?
I had the 1-6 one.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I got them 12-1 on Thursday night. They're gonna win. They're gonna win this game by 3 or more. I got Buffalo winning 27-14. I think they really win here. I think they win handily. Mostert's out. I think a chain's not going to play. I do like Jeff Wilson. He can play, but this is a really bad spot for the Miami Dolphins here. I just don't like the situation. I don't like the vibe going into this week with the off the field issues with Tyreek Hill. I feel like the Bills had a really good game. I feel like that comeback against the Cardinals kind of gives them a little bit more juice and more excitement. And I feel like it's going to rejuvenate that locker room a little bit more and give them more confidence going to week 2 and going and getting a win in Miami.
Yeah, I can't really say anything else on that. I trust Josh Allen more than Tua. Josh Allen could just win you a game by himself. And they own them.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
The Bills own the Dolphins.
Yeah. And
I got this like 35-17, 35-24, something like that. I got the Bills putting up some points. And I just too much of a distraction in a short week.
Agreed.
Bengals at Chiefs. Chiefs -5.5. That's a low ass line, dude.
It's a really low line, but there's no way in hell the Chiefs are losing this game. Like I just don't see it in any way in hell. They had an extra 4 days to prepare. The Bengals are all dysfunctional. And
honestly, it doesn't even matter. The Bengals are used to starting out like this.
I think this line is crazy. I think this line is giving the Bengals a lot more respect than they deserve.
Yep. Especially
after the week 1 performance and a lot of shit going on in Cincy. I just think this line is extremely low. I'm hammering the Chiefs. This is a lock. This is a lock right here. Straight up.
You know the Bengals.
This is my psychotic lock of the week right here. The Chiefs are -5. This is the no-brainer.
You know what I just thought of? And this sucks. Your survivor pool.
I'm out. The Bengals lost. I'm out of my survivor pool.
104 people lost in mine last week.
I know.
I can't believe you have the Bengals.
I can't believe
that. Like that's garbage.
In fairness to me,
I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. Well, I don't know why.
In fairness to me, I had the Bengals before the T. Higgins news came out. So it wasn't like I took the Bengals with T. Higgins out. I'm smart enough to say, okay, if he doesn't have T. Higgins and he's got Jamar Chase, who barely practiced all week, why the hell would I take the Bengals? That's a bad spot for them. Mm-hmm. So, like, I would have been smart enough to realize that. But with T. Higgins there, I felt really comfortable that he could make a play or two to win the football game. Hell, they only lost by 6 without him. So, like, I felt like he would have made a difference.
Fumble for the touchdown.
Like, I feel like he would have made a difference. So, like, I don't hate my pick looking back at it. I think I made the right choice. I mean, in fairness,
absolutely.
But
I took the
shit
Steelers.
happens. Upsets happen. Wow, that's a great pick.
I got lucky.
Alyssa took Seattle.
Yeah. I don't know who I'm picking this week.
I know her pick, but I don't want to say it because I don't want anybody to copy the pick.
You gotta tell me after.
Yeah.
I just want to see where her head's at.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Chiefs in this game, dude. I got threw me off, my bad. I got the Chiefs. I like the Bengals to cover this game though. That line's too low for me.
Really?
I'll take the Bengals with the 5.5.
Wow. Jesus.
I don't know why it's so low, dude.
I would not bet that, man.
I'm not betting
I
it.
hate
I'm
that
just
line
saying.
for them.
So me too, but I'm not betting against Mahomes. And the Bengals, I feel like their season doesn't start until the third week of the season.
And that's not good though.
I know. I'm not saying it's
that
good.
division's tough.
What saved them though was the Ravens losing.
Correct.
That was the only reason it didn't matter because Cleveland ain't competing, and Pittsburgh. I mean, they could be frisky, but they got Josh.
I just don't see the way that Joe Burrow can go toe to toe with Mahomes.
It doesn't look like
I just
right
don't
now.
see that.
There's too much dysfunction.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. This line to me, it's giving the Bengals too much credit because of what they've done in their past.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I feel like I'm judging this line. And I think I'm going to go with that way. I love the Chiefs here. I'm definitely taking them this weekend.
Bears at Texans, Caleb versus CJ. Who do you think's career has more upside?
This is Stroud. And I like Caleb. I think he's going to be really good.
I'm surprised you said that because I agree.
I think Stroud's going to be amazing. Like, I think Stroud, he doesn't make mistakes, man. He doesn't make mistakes. We've seen it all season last year. We've seen it week 1. He's very efficient with the football. And now he's got 3 wide receivers that are only going to elevate his game. And I like CJ Stroud's situation a lot better as well. They have a solid core for the next 4 years. They got Nico locked up. Tank Dell's locked up. CJ Stroud's going to be there. They locked up Schultz. Diggs is on a 1-year deal. So what? But at the end of the day, they have a nice little core that they can move on for the next few years. So did the Bears, with Caleb and DeAndre Swift and DJ Moore. But outside of that, dude, and obviously Adunze, but I just like the core of CJ Stroud. I like his situation better. I like his coach better. So in my opinion, I think Stroud has the way higher ceiling and more career upside. And I think Caleb Williams is going to be a good player. I think the week 1, it happens. He's a rookie. I didn't love what I saw, but at the same time, it's week 1. I'm not going to panic.
I think it's CJ Stroud all day.
Yeah.
When I watch CJ Stroud play football, he knows how to play football. He didn't have one game last year where he looked as bad as Caleb Williams did yesterday. And now look, that may not mean much, but at the end of the day, I've never seen CJ Stroud go out onto the field and look lost.
Right.
It never seemed too fast for him. None of that. And he was the one, CJ Stroud, because he bombed the Wonderlic test.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that just goes to show you it don't matter.
No.
But for Caleb, I think Caleb has a lot of upside. I just, I don't know. I had reserves about him before we were talking about it. He's shown flashes of being it, but we won't know. But I don't think the Bears can steal this game. I don't think the Bears steal this game.
Me either.
I got the Texans here. They're my lock of the week.
Okay.
Minus the 6.5.
I like that.
I got the Texans all day. I don't think they can keep up. I just don't. I think that the Texans can score better than them. I think they can defend better than them. Although the Bears defense has looked all right, but I trust D'Amico over Matt Eberflus all day. Stroud is better than Caleb. Their trio is better than this trio.
The trio.
But Stephon, Tank, and Nico are better than Keenan, Rome, and DJ. And Schultz is better than Kmet. Mixon is better than Swift. Stroud is better than Caleb. The whole fucking offense is better. It's a mismatch.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
It's a mismatch.
I had the Texans here.
And the Texans are at home.
I had Texans here minus 6.5 as well. I don't think this is going to be close. And this is going to be on Sunday Night Football. So
is it really?
Yeah, so the world's going to be able to see Caleb Williams and Stroud go at it.
I like that pick even more.
Yeah, me too. I think this is a big moment. I think this is going to be one of those deer in the headlights moment for Caleb Williams. That's how I think in this game. I think this is going to be a bloodbath for him.
What color nails do you think he has?
Probably blue or red, just to represent the Texans, to maybe mock them. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? He's got guts.
I think it's going to be brown with all that, with his hands being up his ass all weekend.
See, the reason why I'm still confident with Caleb Williams, like truthfully, the reason why I'm still confident in him is because he's confident. Like his confidence didn't shake off. Like he looked like the same player that he did before the game, even after the game. Like I feel like he's a very confident player. I feel like he knows his abilities. I think he knows himself. I think he's only going to get better. Like I said, I think it's just the speed of the game. He's got to process it a little bit better and faster. And I think he will as time goes on. But right now, I think this is a bad spot for him. And I think they're going to get blown out on Sunday Night Football.
Me too. All right. Last thing before we get into all our picks for this weekend. Falcons at Eagles on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Eagles -6.5. Falcons trying to avoid going 0-2 with Kirk and Raheem. How much pressure do you think is on them going into this game?
Truthfully, I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a lot of pressure to win right away, especially when they drafted Michael Penix right behind him and Kirk being hurt and him not performing well. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure there because Kirk was brought there to kind of have a Tom Brady effect or Matthew Stafford effect on that Falcons. That's what they paid him for. It's what they went all in for. They got the defensive pieces to bring in for him. The Falcons really went all in for Kirk Cousins, and he has to win right away. Do I think that he's going to win right away? Absolutely not. He didn't look like himself week one, and he's only going to go against a tougher opponent in the Eagles because the Eagles can score.
Could he get benched this year?
I don't know. If he plays like he did in week one, absolutely. Because I think Michael Penix in that offense, he might be able to run it really well. You know what I mean? With his speed and his arm. So who knows, and we don't know how Michael Penix is going to be, but I'm just saying there's a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins to perform right now at a high level. And again, this is a big spot. It's prime time. He stinks on prime time. This is a horrible spot for Kirk Cousins. I fucking feel bad for the guy. He's going to lose again. It's the Eagles are going to win this football game.
You know what's funny, dude? I was just about to say to you,
it sucks
for Kirk Cousins, the Falcons, and Raheem, they couldn't be in a worse spot.
Oh my God. Horrible
prime
spot.
time against the Eagles on their home opener.
Yeah, I don't like it for them.
Best of luck. They are going to fucking smack the Falcons.
They should.
They will win this game.
Should.
The Eagles beat this team by 14 points.
If the Falcons cover, I would be so concerned about the Eagles. Straight up.
So would I.
I'm gonna be blunt.
So I 100%.
And we'll come here next week and we'll be bluntly honest.
Absolutely.
I'm not. Nothing hold back.
No. I got the Eagles winning this game by 14 points. What do you expect from Jalen? Do you think it's going to be more of the same? Do you expect them to start taking off? Because for me with Jalen, dude, I'm waiting for that moment where I look at him and I'm like, all right, we back.
What do you want to see? That's my question to you.
I want to see him play a game where he doesn't make a head scratching move. A head scratching throw where I'm just like, bro, you know better than that. Why are you doing that? Don't try to do too much. Because we know the formula for this team to win. Run the fucking ball with Saquon Barkley. Let the run game create your pass game.
Yeah. You know what I noticed about Hurts this year too? In week one was that he was at the line of scrimmage, kind of doing some audible plays too. It was like,
yes, under center.
So that was encouraging too. Like I like to see that. I think that's only going to develop as the season goes on as well. So those are good signs to me. And that's why I'm not killing Hurts for his performance. I want to see decisive throws. I want to see you get into a drop back. You're doing a play action, and you see AJ Brown right across the middle. I want to see you fucking just unload it.
I know you
Stop holding the fucking ball. Stop holding the ball and double clutching. Just fucking unload the ball, bro. You had the playmaker.
So you know what? Earlier, you know what you were trying to say? You didn't say it. You want to see Jalen Hurts take command.
Absolutely.
You want to watch Jalen Hurts dial back,
run the fucking offense.
His thing.
He's got the weapons. He should be playing free. But the thing that concerns me is there's no Kelsey. So the tush push didn't work either. So that's going to be a thing. You know what I mean? Like, It's funny because before the season, going back to fantasy, right? Like we always thought that Saquon was going to take away or Hurts was going to take away from Saquon.
It's me.
The other way around.
I said
Saquon's taken away from Hurts, where Hurts to me, like, it doesn't feel like he really wants to run.
He doesn't.
I feel like he just, you know what I mean? He looks off when he runs. He doesn't look like he looks
like he's running in slow motion.
Like a fucking piano's on his back.
Yeah. Like I'm the same way with you. I've said this routinely all off season from when they signed Saquon Barkley. The only person being affected was Jalen Hurts.
Nailed that.
You lost Jason Kelsey, who was the biggest reason for the tush push because he got so low on the ground and was strong.
Yeah.
That's what that was. When you get Saquon Barkley, now you're taking the hits off of Jalen Hurts. You're not going to go to Jalen Hurts in the red zone. You got Saquon Barkley, who's a top 3, 4, 5 back. He's the one that's going to get the touchdowns. I said he's going to be offensive player of the year, and he could lead the league in touchdowns.
That would be awesome.
That was when we talked about that last week. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Lead the league in touchdowns, offensive player of the year. You can't do anything because of the weapons they have on the outside.
Agreed.
Good luck. Good luck.
You saw the holes he was running through. I mean, it was wow.
Yeah, it sounded like Shannon Sharp.
If it finally felt good to see the Eagles running back actually hit the hole hard and be decisive and actually make the cut and actually get to the second level.
I know.
It was actually great to see that.
I know.
You know, getting 8 yards instead of 2. We were tired of it.
I know.
You know, you got it. Like it's just you're not going to be effective in this league if you can't run the football. And the Eagles learned that. That's why they went out and got Saquon Barkley. And look at the impact that he made in week 1.
Look what the Patriots did with Ramondre Stevenson. He did great.
Did awesome.
That's who I expected last year.
Yeah.
But Bill Belichick is a pile of shit. All right. Before we get out of here, let's do our game lineup. Buccaneers at Lions. Lions -7.
This is crazy line. I got the Buccaneers +7. Give me that all day. Even if the line looks funky, I'm just willing to take the chance on the Bucs getting 7 points.
This is my upset of the week. The Buccaneers are going to beat the Lions outright. They don't need 7. This is a revenge game. Baker's rolling. I didn't love what I saw from the Lions last week. And I got the Buccaneers winning this one. I got them. I'm going to say 28-27, last minute field goal, but they're going to put up some points in this game. And I'm taking the Buccaneers to win it. Damn, I owe you mozzarella sticks.
You do.
You didn't even bring it up.
Nah, because I'm a good friend.
No, not me. If you owed me mozzarella sticks, I wanted them shits here, open, and a napkin right next to it.
I know, because your ego.
Yeah. That's probably true. All right. 49ers -6.5 at the Vikings.
I like the Niners here, both ways. They're just better than the
They're going to bust them up.
They're going to bust them up. The Vikings, I think this line is a little low.
Oh, yeah.
Truthfully. But it was based on the Vikings week 1 performance as well, because Sam Darnold looked really good, and they're probably banking on him to score some points. I just don't see it happening. I think the Niners are going to win.
Seahawks wait, did I get my I got the 49ers -6.5. They're a touchdown better than the Vikings, excuse me. Seahawks -3.5 at the Patriots.
This is my psychotic. I mean, this is my icon. Wait, so this is my psychotic upset of the week right here. The Patriots will win this football game. They're going to win. They're going to beat the Seahawks. They're going to start 2-0. That defense has looked pretty good to me. If Geno can make mistakes, Patriots will get a turnover. Patriots will get a defensive touchdown, and they will win this football game. Jacoby Brissett goes to 2-0. So do the Patriots, and the Seahawks go to 1-1. And that's the bottom line.
The Seahawks are winning this game.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
The Seahawks are winning this game,
DK Metcalf against the Patriots defense.
You want to go double or nothing?
It's going to be a nightmare.
You want to go double or nothing? Let's do it. Way to wave that clammy ass hands off before you shook my shit.
Well, I'm on the computer.
I got the Seahawks -3.5. I got them both ways.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy money. So we're even.
Okay.
Giants at Commanders. Commanders -1.5.
If the Commanders don't win this game, your prediction's going to be way off. I hate to say it.
They're not going to win 5 games.
They're not going to win 5 games. I got the Commanders here both ways, and they should win by more than a point.
They should beat this team 24-3.
At least by 7. I'm not even asking for much.
This is a perfect get-right game for Jaden Daniels.
For the Commanders.
Yeah, I do. It's different for me. So, yeah. Chargers -6.5 at the Panthers.
Chargers both ways. To me, the Panthers, they're just in disarray. And I think Harbaugh with the whole traveling thing, I don't think it's going to affect that team. He's got some like weird magic that he does with his players.
He's incredible.
They respect him. They love him. And I can't help to love this Chargers team even more. Give me the Chargers both ways.
I got the Chargers both ways, too. I'm a little concerned about this pick because the Panthers got the shit beat out of them. And typically that don't happen. But you got Harbaugh and Herbert versus Bryce Young and David Canales.
Yo, I said that to Alyssa, too, because she wanted to take the Chargers for her Survivor. And I was like,
don't do it.
Don't do it. I was like, that has upset written all over it. If you really want to gamble, it's a good pick.
Yeah.
But they got blown out. I told her they got blown out last week. Usually that team bounces back and you don't want to fuck around in the field goal game.
You learned.
Not in the field goal game, bro. Nah, I'm good. You listened. I'm good.
Big theories. Teach you a lot. Saints at Cowboys. Cowboys -6.5.
Cowboys are going to blow them out. The Cowboys are going to blow the doors off the Saints right here. I think the Cowboys are going to win by double digits. I got the Cowboys winning 34-13. I think they're going to blow them out. Like, seriously.
I got the Cowboys here, too. Heavy. McCarthy versus Dennis Allen, no contest. Dak versus Derek Carr, no contest. CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks versus any of them dudes over there, no contest.
Olave's good.
I can't do that to him.
I like Olave.
Shaheed actually.
Shaheed look all right, yo.
Rashid. I got the Cowboys both ways. I think the Cowboys win by like 10.
Me too.
Yeah, I just think they're better. And it goes for the opposite with the Panthers. When a team goes and puts out 45 on you, next week you put up 7.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's just the way it goes. Colts minus 3.5 at the Packers.
I got the Colts here. I just the Packers. Jordan Love's out. I think the mojo. I think that sucks the air out of the team, truthfully, and big time because they had high hopes for Jordan Love. They're talking about Super Bowl. When you lose that quarterback and the engine of your team, that's a big loss. I think the Colts win here. Give me the Colts minus 3.5.
I got Colts both ways. This is one of the easiest picks of the weekend for me.
Yeah. Me too.
Colts are 0-1 coming off a hard-fought game. Packers are 0-1 too, but you got Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Willis ain't beating nobody.
I agree.
Browns at Jaguars. Jaguars minus 3.5. Oh, my God. I ain't even going to watch this game. I don't even want to talk about this game.
Well, who do you got?
I mean, definitely the Jaguars.
Really?
Deshaun Watson is horrible.
I'm going to take the Browns here.
Oh, my God.
Here's my reasoning.
My fucking.
Can I say my reasoning?
I don't even want to hear it.
You should. Because the Browns are going to get turnovers against Trevor Lawrence because that's just the way it is. That defense is still good. Mm-hmm. And I know they had Deshaun Watson and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, that defense is ferocious. Mm-hmm. I expect them to get a couple turnovers on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's going to put their offense in good position. And I think they capitalize. And I think they get the win here.
Bruh.
I know. Look, that's my prediction. You take it or leave it.
I'm leaving it.
Good.
Yeah. I got the Jaguars all day long,
all right.
minus 3.5.
You better hope the Browns don't win this game.
The Browns are not winning this game, bro.
Okay.
They're not winning this game.
All right.
I promise. Raiders at Ravens. Ravens minus 9.5.
This is an easy game. I think the Ravens absolutely blow the doors off the Raiders. The Raiders, to me, they look like the regular-ass Raiders, which I'm surprised because I was really high on Antonio Pierce, and I thought this team could actually look competent. I thought this team could actually score points. 10 points last week, to me, was disappointing. Like, I feel like when you have weapons like Devontae Adams, Zamir White, and Jacoby Myers, I don't think Jacoby Myers is a slouch. I think he's a good ball player.
Yeah, do something.
You got Trey Tucker. Like, I think you got ball players on that team, and you got Brock Bowers. I feel like you could score more than 10 points. I'm very disappointed in them, and I think the Ravens are going to come out mad. I think they're going to whoop their ass. I got the Ravens blowing the doors off of them. Give me the Ravens minus 9.5.
I got the Ravens minus 9.5 too. You said everything.
Yeah.
Rams at Cardinals. Cardinals minus 1.5. I like the Cardinals.
I like the Cardinals here too, man. And because it feels like they shouldn't be favored in this matchup. But the only reason why is because Puka's out and their 2 guards. But their defense is really bad in Arizona. But I do expect them. But they can score with the Rams. So that is one thing. I'm going to take the Cardinals here. I am going to take the Cardinals here.
Me too.
The Rams, to me, they have Cincinnati vibes. Very, very bad vibes.
Yep.
They give me Cincy vibes for different reasons. Well, more or less the same, but outside the contract dispute. But the injury shit to me worries me.
Steelers minus 3 at the Broncos. It should have been Russ's homecoming, but it's not. They were clowning Russ. They said this is the only dude on the inactive list wearing shoulder pads.
This game is hard to judge. You flip a coin, dude. I'm gonna take the Steelers here just because I trust Mike Tomlin over Sean Payton. Honestly, I really do. I don't think that's crazy to say.
It's the Steelers minus 3 all day, dog. You got Mike Tomlin going against a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I think TJ Watt is going to cause havoc with that rookie quarterback. Although Bo Nix, he's composed, and Denver. In fairness, I will say this: Denver is a tough place to play. So we don't know how Justin Fields is even going to play. You know what I mean? As a Steelers quarterback. So if we saw anything we saw last week, the Broncos definitely have a chance to win this football game. You know what? Give me the Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos here.
Love that.
I think they have a chance to win this game.
Go off then.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking with the Steelers because I don't flip flop.
Yeah. I
stand on my. I'm 10 toes down. I stand on my tone too.
It was a coin flip for me. So I just talked myself into the Broncos.
Yeah. I don't switch like that. I don't switch up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 215. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8:00. We'll have our special guest, Mike Spanos, back. Recently converted Eagles fan, smart guy. All right, Nick, take it away.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait to have Span up here. It's going to be a fucking awesome show, man. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms, as you do not want to miss our daily content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that other shit, especially TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. Our shit booming. So come follow us on there. Come hang out with us. Come check out the comments. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Enjoy week 2.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with the slate, but I don't have my skinnage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass